Happy Wednesday, everybody. Wanted to give you guys some quick feedback on the game yesterday and looking at our defensive organization and just really making sure that it's clear what we're expecting from everyone, especially our attacking mids. So I'm not sure we've done a good enough job of teaching that. So we're going to come back to it. So a couple of things is understanding how we break down the game. So the other team has the ball, so they have it. We have to go into organized phase first. So we don't press until we're organized. And the purpose of the organization piece is to deny central space. So if you're looking what is important to us is first the tight team to deny central, which is what we'll talk about a lot. Reduce space between lines and players. So that's, we continue to reinforce yesterday that the lines can't be too far apart. It allows us to pick up second balls. It kills space for the opposition. And then finally, we got to move together as a block. That piece, again, they have the ball. We have to move into this first. This is the first priority over the next step, which is then press to try to win the ball back. From there, we're looking at getting good enough pressure, so legit pressure to try to disrupt what the player can do. We're denying them the forward pass. And then all of this is based on us wanting to get the ball back versus poking it out of bounds. I mean, if you think about Augsburg, they kicked the ball out of bounds a few times. We want to defend in a way that we get the ball back. And we've had a few interceptions, a few second balls we picked up that were clean so that we can attack. So that's really important to us. I'm going to show this to you because I think this is something that's really important. And I want you to look at the positioning of the 7-11 in accordance to the 8 and 10 in the image. If you look at some of the images I'm going to share, and this is everyone that played in this role yesterday struggled with this at times, is that your starting point to organize is backing in with the 8 and 10. Especially, yesterday as we played against a midfield 3, on Saturday against St. Ben's, it'll be a midfield 4, like a holding mid and then 3. So making sure that we really deny that area. So the first image we're going to show is this. So, for example, this was off a set piece. So the ball is flighted and it's coming in the air. The important thing here is we have to be prepared for the second ball and the second phase of this moment. So right now, if you look at it, Maya Dempsey in this case is high. They're going to play it long. They were never going to play it short. So we as a collective team need to bring her back in. And even I would say from a Dalis perspective, we want her to close up. Maya Cruz on the other side is in a decent position. But if you look at the body shape of our entire midfield 4 line, they are all back, running back, and facing the ball. Now I get it, the ball's past you, but our starting point again is with body shape out, so that we're able to come forward to attack the ball. So again, if we're looking at this one, we want Maya Dempsey backing in with Holtzy there. She's responsible for that space next to Holtzy. Another image we're going to show, similar concept. So they're building. Again, what do we want to first establish? It is that organized block. So the role of Maya and Holtzy in this case is to deny the ball between each other. So we want that attacking mid to come back into that space. Now, what still was going to happen, and I think this was the tough thing, and it maybe why our attacking mids wanted to stay high, was they were still going to try to move the ball from one side to the other. Why we want you to be back there is this. You now can come forward to press the ball versus chasing what I would call the ball shadow. So you're chasing where the ball used to be to try to get to press it. We want to come out and forward to address the ball and to put pressure on it to regain it. So if both Mayas in this case, were drop backing in, now we've squeezed the space. They can't play through us. And then it becomes really predictable for us to put pressure on their outside back, which we got better and better at. So here's a clip. So again, watching some body shape. So the ball's about to circulate over. Now kind of watch how Elise starts to adjust. So she comes back and her body shape to take away. And now she's coming out and forward to press the ball. So watch again. Just watch the little movement. So she wants to run forward, but she kind of stops. She comes backing in, and now she can come forward to play. And then on this case, that false sense of security from their outside back, she gave us the ball on her first touch, and we were able to break. Okay? Another one, this is a good individual moment from Maya Dempsey. Again, it's a similar concept. As the ball is going wide, how do you reset your body shape to make sure that they can't play inside and they're forced wide? So watch Maya kind of like adjust her body. She looks around. She resets, makes sure it doesn't come back inside. And now we're able to force it wide. And this makes it predictable for Sid, makes it predictable here for Adela to pick it up. And even then, obviously we want the ball to be a little bit cleaner when we win it, but it gave us that free ball to pick up because it became predictable to everybody. So watch again. And it's just the little details. Even if you see Maya Cruz on the far side, we would want her to come back and in and get tighter earlier. But if Maya Dempsey adjusts, there's the ball that allows Sid to jump on a really bad first touch. And now you see that free ball for us to win. Another one here. So again, it's another really good example. We're sitting, we're watching, and now she commits to it. Maya can get out to it and at least try to get herself tighter. Now, obviously, if we could get two steps closer, that really reduces the quality of the pass. But even then, the thought of Maya going and pressing left them with just the bigger ball, and it rolled into Bella's hands. We can take that. We could have our goalkeeper just dealing with big balls over the top to scoop up and play. And our depth was good. If you look at this a little bit, we'd want our midfield line closing. So we'll show another still image, and this is, again, another moment. So the opposition have a throw-in. So it's a set piece. It's a clear moment where we have a moment to reset our line. So a couple of things what we would want to fix is we'd want Holtzy to slide forward to squeeze the line. We got caught sagging a little bit. Maya got drug across the field. So again, her ability from where Maya Dempsey is to get all the way out to press the outside back becomes really tough. So we'd want her to drop back and in. We'd want Holtzy to step a little bit higher. And again, we're denying the ball in between those two positions. So right now their attacking mid is just floating in there. It's another example. If we get people there, they then swing it. We can then step forward to press it versus running back towards where we want to press it. So again, I would say overall, like collectively, we probably could have squeezed the game another 5 to 10 yards. But again, if you look at our shape, if they bypass Maya Dempsey, that is, then our structure to defend is going to be really hard. And then Ellie and Holtzy are covering a lot of ground by themselves. So it's really important that we connect. And the final example, girls, is another good example of like how we adjusted and started fixing our body shape. So if you look where Maya Dempsey was, she was really far inside. But again, she works across to get on the ball and forces that ball into this trap with our numbers. So boom, then we can take off. So watch it again. And this is where we talk about distances. Even if she's probably 5-10 yards further to her left, that sprint isn't as big, and it isn't as draining physically. But it's still, she gets across, we put some pressure on it, and now we're able to break and play. And then that is what we're looking for. We create enough connections with the passes. We go to the build phase. Holtzy finds the switch, and now we're in full-on attack. And that's the piece that's really important. How we defend makes this easier. If you watch it one more time, how we defend with an organized fashion and structure, when we regain the ball, it becomes easier for us to make simple connections to build the game and then get into our attack phase as soon as possible. We regain it, so we're positioned well to play. The two holding mids are underneath the ball. We can bounce it. Even this was a tough pass, but Maya Cruz gets out of it, and now we've sucked him in, and now we've got space to play on the other side. So, girls, I think one from our end is make sure that we have to continue to teach it better. I have to continue to be clear in what we expect from each other, but at the same time, we have to be willing to do that little extra bit to reset our shape in an organized fashion so that then defending collectively becomes easier.